Welcome to the meditation video made by Anad. Listen carefully to the story we created first, then fall asleep slowly listening to the music in the background. Of course, use your headphones.
Greedy boy. Sam and Tom were identical twins. They were so identical that even their mother found it difficult to distinguish one from the other, at least during their initial days on Earth. However, they were very different from each other when it came to everything other than their appearance. Sam had no friends, while Tom was a great friendship maker. Sam loved sweets, but Tom loved spicy food and detested sweets. Sam was Mommy's pet and Tom was Daddy's pet. While Sam was generous and selfless, Tom was greedy and selfish. As Sam and Tom grew up, their father wanted to share his fortune equally amongst them. However, Tom did not agree and he argued that whoever proved to be more intelligent and strong would have to get a bigger share of the wealth. Sam agreed. Their father decided to organize a competition between the two. He asked the two sons to walk as long as they could, and return home before sunset. The wealth would be divided in proportion to the distance covered. As a rule of the competition, they were not permitted to carry a watch to keep track of the time. The following day, Sam and Tom set out to walk. It was a rather sunny day. Sam walked slowly and steadily, while Tom broke into a sprint as he was bent on winning the race and also winning a greater portion of his father's wealth. Sam knew that it would be ideal to walk as far as possible till noon and start for home at noon, as it would take the same amount of time to walk back home. Knowing this, Sam decided to turn back for home at noon so as reach home on time. However, Tom, with his greed to earn more wealth, did not attempt to return home even after mid-noon. He walked twice as long as Sam, and thought he would still be able to return home before sunset. He hurried back when he saw the sun turn orange. Unfortunately, he could not even make it halfway home as the sun started to set. Slowly darkness engulfed his path and he had to drag his tired feet back home. He had lost the race. Only because of his greed. Greed leads to loss.
Listen to this story with your mind as before, then try to fall asleep slowly. Thank you.
The strange bird with two heads. Once upon a time, there lived a strange bird with two heads, one facing the left and the other facing the right. The two heads used to fight and argue with each other, even for very simple reasons. Though they shared the same body, the two heads behaved like rivals. The strange bird lived in a big banyan tree, along the bank of a river. One day, while flying over the river, the left head of the bird saw a beautiful tree that had a bright red fruit. The left head of the bird wanted to eat the fruit and the bird flew down to pick the fruit from the tree. The bird plucked the sweet-smelling fruit, and sat by the banks of the river and started eating it. The fruit was eaten by the left head, While it was eating, the right head asked, "Can you give me a piece to taste?" The left head said, "See, we have only one stomach. So even if I eat in my mouth, it will go only into our stomach. But I want to taste the fruit, so you should give me." The left head replied in anger, "I saw the fruit and hence, I have the right to eat it without sharing with anyone." The right head felt sad and became silent. A few days later, while the bird was flying over the river again, the right head saw a beautiful pink fruit in a tree. The bird flew down near the tree and tried to pick the fruit and eat it. The other birds living in the tree said, "Don't eat it. It is a poisonous fruit. It will kill you." The left head shouted, "Don't eat it. Don't eat it." However, the right head did not listen to the left head. The right head said, "I will eat it because I saw it. You have no right to stop me." The left head shouted, "Please don't eat it. We will all die." The right head said, "Since I saw it, I have the right to eat it." Clearly, the right head was trying to take revenge on the left head for not sharing the red fruit with it earlier. Finally, the pink fruit was eaten by the right head, and in a few minutes, the strange bird with the two heads dropped down dead. Moral: a quarrel by the individuals in a family will affect the whole family badly.
Listen to this story with your mind as before, then try to fall asleep slowly. Thank you.
A merchant and his donkey. One beautiful spring morning, a merchant loaded his donkey with bags of salt to go to the market, in order to sell the salt. The merchant and his donkey were walking along together. They had not walked far when they reached a river on the way. Unfortunately, the donkey slipped and fell into the river. As it scrambled up the bank of the river, it noticed that the bags of salt loaded on his back had become lighter. There was nothing the merchant could do except return home, where he loaded his donkey with more bags of salt. As they reached the slippery riverbank again, the donkey fell into the river, this time deliberately. Thus the salt was wasted again. By now the merchant knew the donkey trick. He wanted to teach the animal a lesson. As he returned home the second time with the donkey, the merchant loaded bags of sponges on its back. The duo set out on their trip to the market a third time. On reaching the river, the donkey very cleverly fell into the water again. But now, instead of the load becoming lighter, it became heavier. The merchant laughed at the donkey and said, "You foolish donkey, your trick has been discovered. You should know that you cannot fool anyone too many times."
Listen to this story with your mind as before, then try to fall asleep slowly. Thank you.
Raman. He was minister to a great king called Krishna Deva Raya. He was supposed to be very clever. Once in that city there was lot of problems due to rats. Rats were everywhere. They were eating all sorts of books and papers. They also used to make holes in wooden shelves and also eat rice. Sometimes they even nibbled the ears of little clever girls. Everybody knows that cats kill rats. But there were so many rats in the city but very few cats. So the king asked every house in the city to grow cats. But cats need milk to drink. Most of the houses did not have cows. So the king gave cows to every house and asked them to grow them too. All people were happy and used to give cats lot of milk to drink. Tenali Raman was a lazy man and liked to drink milk. So the first day he boiled the milk and poured it in a pan. He gave the piping hot milk to the cat. The cat, which was hungry, came and sipped the milk from the pan. Since the milk was hot, it burnt its mouth. The cat ran away. The next day and the next, Tenali Raman did the same thing. After a few days he stopped giving milk to the cat and started drinking it himself. Tenali Raman's cat was lean and hungry and all other cats were stout and happy. One day the king wanted to see all the cats given by him and give prize to the fat cat. He was very angry with Tenali Raman for not growing his cat properly. Then Tenali Raman told the king that he was not lucky since his cat did not drink any milk. The king wanted to put Tenali Raman in jail for telling a lie and wanted him to prove what he said. Then Tenali Raman brought the pan of milk and his cat. The cat, on seeing the milk, ran away. It thought that it was being given again hot milk. The king pitied Tenali Raman and let him away. The clever Tenali Raman lived happily forever, drinking lots and lots of milk.
Listen to this story with your mind as before, then try to fall asleep slowly. Thank you.
17 camels and 3 sons. Long ago, there lived an old man with his 3 sons in a deserted village, located in the vicinity of a desert. He had 17 camels, and they were the main source of his income. He used to rent out camels as a means of shipping in the desert. One day, he passed away. He had left a will, leaving his assets for his 3 sons. After the funeral and the other obligations were over, the 3 sons read the will. While their father had divided all the property he had into 3 equal parts, he had divided the 17 camels in a different way. They were not shared equally among the 3, as 17 is an odd number and a prime number, which cannot be divided. The old man had stated that the eldest son will own half of the 17 camels, the middle one will get 1/3 of the 17 camels, and the youngest one will get his share of camels as 1/9. All of them were stunned to read the will and questioned each other how to divide the 17 camels as mentioned in the will. It is not possible to divide 17 camels and give half of the 17 camels to the eldest one. It is not possible also to divide the camels for the other 2 sons. They spent several days thinking of ways to divide the camels as mentioned in the will, but none could find the answer. They finally took the issue to the wise man in their village. The wise man heard the problem and instantly found a solution. He asked them to bring all the 17 camels to him. The sons brought the camels to the wise man's place. The wise man added a camel owned by him and made the total number of camels 18. Now, he asked the first son to read the will. As per the will, the eldest son got half the camels, which now counted to 8 equals 9 camels. The eldest one got 9 camels as his share. The remaining camels were 9. The wise man asked the second son to read the will. He was assigned 1/3 of the total camels. It came to 18/3 equals 6 camels. The second son got 6 camels as his share. Total number of camels shared by the elder sons 9 plus 6 equals 15 camels. The third son read out his share of camels, 1/9 of the total number of camels 18/9 equals 2 camels. The youngest one got 2 camels as his share. Totally there were 9 plus 6 plus 2 camels shared by the brothers, which counted to 17 camels. Now, the 1 camel added by the wise man was taken back. The wise man solved this problem smartly with his intelligence. Intelligence is nothing but finding a common ground to solve an issue. In short, every problem has a solution.